So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Whisper of the Heart, 1995. This is going to be another Studio Ghibli movie. It's the only one that I haven't seen that's not directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Some other Japanese dude directed this, and then he promptly died. This was the highest grossing Japanese film of 1995, if you can believe that. I thought this movie was alright. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. It's a typical Studio Ghibli movie where everybody's good. You can't find a single bad person in this movie. Similar to Kiki's Delivery Service. It's pretty much a girls' movie. It's about adolescent girl named Suzuku. She's got a school friend, a library friend, or something, and they like to sing "Country Roads Take Me Home," or different variants of "Country Roads Take Me Home," which is kind of clever because you got to think of the right words to match the tone of the song. So that was kind of a neat game they had going on. Not much else going on in this movie. I mean, there's this fat cat named Moon who likes to go on the Japanese commuter train. So Suzuku follows the cat around, and she ends up in this old magic antique shop, I guess, or she thinks it's magic because it's got a cool looking grandfather clock with all these gadgets on it. She sees the Baron cat, which I guess is used later in another Studio Ghibli movie, The Cat Returns or something like that. It's hard to remember all these movies. There were so many of them. Anyways, the cat figure on the table is named the Baron, and there's an old man running the shop. There's kind of an annoying boy who bugs the heck out of Suzuku on his. He really likes to ride his bike around. And then her girlfriend has a crush on this guy, but he asked her to go out with his friend instead, which was super embarrassing. The reason why he did that was because he was in love with Suzuku, but Suzuku wasn't willing to sacrifice her friendship with the girl, so she gave up on him. And then it turns out the boy on the bicycle has a crush on Suzuku. He's just teasing her because he's in love with her, and he also happens to be the grandson of the antique shop owner. He shows off his violin making skills, and Suzuku is impressed. She's starting to really like him. He's her inspiration, so she cuts back on her grades so that she can write a story about the Baron. Then she goes back to the old man's antique shop, and he talks about how during World War II the figurines separated the Baron and the lady cat figurine because he was in love with this lady, but they separated during World War II, and they never saw each other again. So Suzuku tells the old man, I want you to be the first to read my story. So she brings it to him. It's not very good. Needs more polishing. The old man shows her the analogy of the rock with the emerald inside, or the ruby inside. I can't remember which. And then she gets the inspiration from her guy friend to follow her dreams and to write a story. So the old man isn't too impressed by the story. He says it needs some polishing. So Suzuku promised to get good grades now so that she can make it to high school. And that's pretty much the storyline. I mean, it's just kind of day-to-day stuff of a teenager, yes. I don't know why it's so appealing to Japanese in 1995, but I thought it was all right. I mean, it had its moments. For instance, I like the part where she's dreaming that she's flying in the air with the Baron cat thing. That was pretty cool. If they had more of that, I'd definitely like this movie better. But just people walking around and waiting on the train. Fortunately, there's dialogue going on while this is happening. She even talks to the cat, even though the cat never talks back. You're expecting the cat to talk back, but the cat just kind of yawns and meows, doing cat things. So it was all right. I have to say it's one of the better Studio Ghibli movies. So I'm not saying it's all that bad when you consider the context of what they're doing. But yeah, I can't say highly recommend it or check it out. Just kind of so-so. If you're into Studio Ghibli, Japanime stuff, this one's one of the better ones. I'd have to say Nausicaa is the best one that I've seen so far. This one's a little bit below Nausicaa in terms of quality, but yeah, even my son watched Nausicaa twice. I doubt if he'll get through this whole movie because it's a girls' movie, but we'll see. We'll see how far he gets. Probably halfway, I'm guessing. And he'll go, oh, I wonder what Pokemon. Yeah, that's my prediction for today. So I did my first task on TaskRabbit. It was mostly moving and hauling. Battery cells for this guy's yacht. Inside his yacht, it was kind of a tiny little yacht, and he had to use a 2x4 to lift up the battery cell into the little compartment in his yacht. So it's definitely a two-person job. It took me less than 1 hour, although I hope he gave me a big tip. The yacht's about 13 years old. He said they used parts of a 1962 house to build that yacht. So interesting day. My earnings from TaskRabbit barely make up for the standard mileage, but like I said, if he tips me well, it would have been worth it. I was in San Mateo anyway, so it was kind of not that far from San Mateo, but the way coming back from Redwood City to San Mateo was a long distance, so that's what really made it kind of not very profitable. I don't know what the tip will be, but I'm hoping it'll be at least, you know, $10 or something. So, yeah, kind of interesting. I haven't gotten any new tasks. Been kind of lackadaisical about working these 4 jobs. I got my mystery shop done in San Mateo. Took all of 5 minutes. Guy was kind of not really doing much of anything that he's supposed to be doing. So that's why I'm a mystery shopper, to catch these guys. Got paid $30 for that, or I'm going to get paid. It takes like 4 to 5 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, I guess. And then I gotta get the PayPal thing going. Not sure how that works. My child support is in arrears now because they screwed up. They keep trying to garnish my former employer. I keep telling them, I'm working for this new employer. Here's the address. And then they tack on interest, punishing me for their own incompetence. It's typical government stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just never-ending nightmare of bills right now. I'm hoping I can get a large settlement somehow, because I sure as hell need it. This is kind of like the way it was towards the end of 2014, I think. Yeah. Just every once in a while I get short on cash, and it's like, how am I going to pay my freaking bills? I have to go back to the food pantries pretty soon. When the car loan company calls me asking for payment, that's going to be the final straw. I got to do something. But hopefully I can pay my taxes, or I can file my taxes early, and then they can just refund all my taxes. That'll keep me going for about a month and a half. So rough times living in California. Anyways, enough about my personal business. Had no luck getting a date with that Thai chef. My coworker said that it was a dead end. He was right. Kept texting her, asking her, when are you free? When will I see you? When do you get off work? Shall we meet after work? Blah, blah, blah. And I think she got sick and tired of my text messages. She just ignored me completely yesterday. Or, sorry, the day